The real reason Star Trek's Klingons and Romulans are still so popular after 60 years. Star Trek has introduced hundreds of alien species over nearly 6 decades, from the peaceful Vulcans to the mischievous Ferengi. Yet, two stand apart as pop culture icons that transcend the franchise: the Klingons and the Romulans. Even after 60 years, these classic adversaries continue to appear in new shows, inspire cosplay, and spark philosophical debates among fans. But why have these two species endured when so many others faded into the background? The answer lies not only in their storytelling power, but also in what they reveal about humanity itself. Klingons, the warrior mirror of humanity. The Klingons have evolved more than any other Star Trek species. When they debuted in the original series episode Errand of Mercy in 1967, they were stand-ins for Cold War-era Soviet rivals, stern, militaristic, and expansionist. Yet, by the time of the Next Generation TNG, they had transformed into something much richer, a proud warrior race bound by honor, ritual, and tradition. This reinvention turned Klingons into one of science fiction's most nuanced depictions of culture and morality. They weren't just villains. They were a reflection of humanity's fascination with strength, courage, and the warrior ethos. Through characters like Worf, Star Trek explored what it means to live by a code of honor in a universe that often rewards compromise. Worf's personal struggle to reconcile Klingon traditions with his Starfleet ideals mirrored humanity's own battle between primal instinct and moral evolution. The Klingons' popularity also endures because they embody something visceral and dramatic that science fiction rarely gets right: passion. Where other alien species in Trek are defined by logic or diplomacy, Klingons thrive on emotion. They sing about battle, toast to death, and celebrate victory with raw intensity. It's no wonder audiences are drawn to them. They remind us that being alive means feeling alive. Even their aesthetic, the deep ridges, heavy armor, and guttural language, adds to their magnetism. Klingon design is instantly recognizable and proudly alien. Few sci-fi cultures have inspired an entire constructed language that fans actually learn and speak. The Klingon language, TLH Ingen Hall, isn't just a gimmick. It's a symbol of Star Trek's cultural depth and the fans' enduring commitment to its universe. Romulans, the masters of secrets and shadows. If Klingons appeal to our primal nature, the Romulans speak to our intellect. Introduced just 1 year after the Klingons in Balance of Terror, they were the original Cold War spies of the galaxy, cunning, manipulative, and brilliant. The Romulans' fascination endures because they've always represented the darker side of human ambition: secrecy, control, and pride. Where Klingons charge into battle head-on, Romulans prefer the art of deception. Their politics are layered, their loyalties unclear, and their motives inscrutable. That makes them fascinating antagonists in a universe that often prizes moral clarity. A Romulan plot isn't just a fight, it's a chess game. Whether in The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, or Picard, their stories challenge the viewer to think rather than simply react. But the Romulans also intrigue because they're deeply tragic. They are, after all, descended from Vulcans, those paragons of logic and peace, who rejected Sirac's teachings and followed the path of emotion. This gives them one of Star Trek's richest backstories. They are the road not taken, the alternate version of what humanity might have become if it let fear and pride rule instead of reason. The Romulans' fall from Vulcan grace is a warning about what happens when intellect serves ideology rather than enlightenment. Their culture, architecture, and fashion, all sharp lines, dark tones, and quiet grandeur, reflect their obsession with control and secrecy. When Star Trek Picard revisited them in the modern era, the Romulans had become even more complex, fractured by the destruction of their homeworld, forced to redefine who they were in a post-Empire galaxy. That adaptability, combined with a consistent air of mystery, keeps them endlessly relevant. A perfect balance: passion and precision. The Klingons and Romulans endure because they represent two halves of the human condition. Klingons embody our emotional, instinctive side, the will to fight, love, and die for something greater. Romulans embody our calculating intellect, the part that schemes, plans, and seeks control. Both species are mirrors for humanity's strengths and flaws, which is why Star Trek keeps returning to them. Every generation reinterprets them differently. Star Trek Discovery reimagined the Klingons with ornate, almost spiritual symbolism. Picard turned the Romulans into refugees and survivors. Yet, even with these redesigns and reinterpretations, their essence stays intact. They continue to provoke thought and emotion because they touch on timeless questions. What makes honor real? When does secrecy become self-destruction? How far can pride take a civilization before it collapses? The secret to longevity: Evolution without losing identity. One reason the Klingons and Romulans